Item Number SCP-2203 Object Class Safe Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2203 is to be kept in a standard locker and powered down between tests. Use of SCP-2203 is restricted solely for testing and not for any other purpose. Any information gathered from SCP-2203 must be logged in the experiment journal. It's not to be acted upon without principal researcher's consent. All requests for hiring decisions, vacation time, or transfers to different facilities strictly on SCP-2203's advice will be denied. Researchers are expected to review the personnel guide for Foundation policies regarding ethical behavior in relationships between employees before testing. Testing of the cards created by SCP-2203 using SCP-2236 has been approved following review by Site Command. Description: SCP-2203 is a standard love tester amusement. The amusement is 1.9 meters tall and is constructed from American chestnut wood, brass, and glass, with a brass hand grip on the front and topped with a tall light box. Next to the grip on SCP-2203 is a brass plate with the following engraved on it: "Find one for you, test your love, and find that one special for someone you are destined to spend the rest of your life with. Your sweetheart is waiting." On the back of the machine is a small plaque listing the Great Amusementology Company as the manufacturer. Similar to other love testers, when activated, the light box cycles through each light while a beeping melody is played, based on the measured skin conductivity of the subject holding the hand grip. The light box indicates a supposed score of the subject's romantic appeal. The possible results are: please try again, clammy, harmless, mild, naughty but nice, wild, burning, passionate, hot stuff, and uncontrollable. Unlike other love testers, SCP-2203 also dispenses a calling card, displaying the name and address of a person, along with a few words of advice, while approaching said person. In all cases, the person mentioned has been proven to exist. Examination of the internal workings of SCP-2203 has been unable to ascertain the information source of the names and addresses, nor has any method of choosing a name been found. Subjects who approach the person named on the card report finding an easy bond between the two can be created, as if the subject implicitly understood the person. Subsequent interviews with the person approached also indicate a reciprocation of positive emotional connections with the subject. Sexual, romantic, and otherwise intimate relationships between the subject and the person has been determined by interview to be long-lasting, with marriage and full expectation of a happy life being common results. Both subject and person express lower cortisol levels and higher oxytocin, and phosphorescent levels in the event of a continuation of the bond. The testing has shown that the bond is non-anomalous in nature and can be disrupted. Tactics on the initial approach that suggest a lack of safety on the part of the person approach can dissuade the person from further interaction with the subject as normal. Subsequent assaults or acts of betrayal once the bond has been established can dissolve the bond. The anomalous nature of SCP-2203 involves its ability to choose someone who reacts positively to the subject's personality and does not impart any extra ability to strengthen the bond. Recovery Log: SCP-2203 was recovered on the 14th of February 1973 from Beep in San Francisco, California. Police were called to break up and arrest two individuals who were fighting in front of the object, which was in a corner of the room with similar amusements. A Foundation agent embedded in the police force investigated the claim from the altercators that one man's girlfriend was supposed to be the other's true mate. According to the object, the agent operated SCP-2203 and was given a card with the name and current address of a former girlfriend in St. Louis, Missouri. He reported the event to the Foundation and requested vacation time. Addendum 2203A Experiment Log. Initial D-Class safety testing revealed no anomalous risks from SCP-2203. See Safety Log 22031. Principal Researcher Dr. Andrew California recommends testing with well-socialized subjects of up to Level 3 clearance. Permission granted. Experiment 1. Date 17th of February, 1973. Subject Dr. Andrew Califano. Notes: Dr. Califano is married to Sylvia Califano with 2 young children, Michael and Jocelyn. He reports a happy home. Score: mild. Card: Sylvia Califano. Beep, Monte Vista, beep. But you already know that. Result: Sylvia Califano asked to come in for testing. Experiment 2. 18th of February, 1973. Sylvia Califano, wife of Dr. Califano. Naughty, but nice. Andrew Califano. Beep, Monte Vista, beep. You two are so lovely together. Testing confirms that perfect reciprocal matches are possible. Experiment 14. 9th of August, 1984. Agent Ron Tolson. Subject is single and unattached. Uncontrollable. Olivia Scarborough. Beep leads. Patience, friend. Agent Tolson reported AWOL and disappeared on the 15th of December, 1984. Subject was not located and not publicly amnesticized before termination of employment. Tracking down of Agent Tolson considered high priority as he is well trained in Foundation tactics and infiltration. On 25th of December, 1984, a domestic disturbance and an intruder at the home of Miss Scarborough was reported to the West Yorkshire Police, and arrests were made. Due to the political conditions between the UK and the Foundation at the time, the names of the arrested were never released. Containment procedures updated to forbid the use of SCP-2203 in hiring decisions, transfer requests, and vacation planning. Experiment 26. The 24th of October, 1986. Researcher Kathy Milner. Subject is single and unattached. Wild. Oscar Hamilton. Beep, Denver. He'd be a perfect gentleman. Mr. Hamilton has been selected as a match 3 times to different subjects. All 3 subjects were female, heterosexual, between 25 to 30 years of age, of similar height and build, scored high on openness and introversion characteristics, and a score parameter of wild. Mr. Hamilton was not associated with the Foundation. All 5 approval to approach him for testing was requested and approved. Upon initial interview, Mr. Hamilton reported to be engaged and refused to offer to be tested with SCP-2203. He replied that he loves his fiancée and he would rather listen to his heart than any machine. Mr. Hamilton voluntarily took a Class B amnestic and was released without testing. Experiment 45. 11th of May, 1997. Dr. Misaki Ota. Subject is single and unattached. Subject reports being asexual and aromantic. Harmless. Karen Schmidt. Beep, room 459, New York City. Relax, her art will speak to you. Subsequent contact with Ms. Schmidt has been to date positive. Dr. Oda had provided considerable support for Ms. Schmidt's artworks and counts her as a best friend. Sexual and romantic orientation of subjects have been preserved in all cases. All identification of partners have proven compatible for the subject. Experiment 67, 18th of April, 2003, D72234. Subject is single and unattached, noted to have history of domestic violence. Requested testing on SCP-2203. Uncontrollable. You should have waited.